let's break down the biggest myths and struggles about being a multi-passionate. So I have some questions here and I'm going to answer them right away. So the first question is being a multi-passionate actually a form of self-sabotage? And so the clear answer here is no, of course not. It's your biggest strengths. In fact, it's like a weapon if used and managed correctly. Because if we look into history, our greatest minds were multi-passionates, okay? Look at Sigmund Freud, look at Albert Einstein, Vincent van Gogh, or Leonardo da Vinci. Sigmund Freud was a neurologist, he was a writer and a philosopher. Albert Einstein was a physicist, violinist, and humanitarian. Vincent van Gogh was a painter, writer, and theologian. And Leonardo da Vinci was an artist, scientist, and engineer. But we're also seeing this pattern today if we look at Rihanna, where she's combining her passion for music, beauty, and fashion. Or let's have a look at Elon Musk. I probably didn't even have to call out all the things that he's doing, right? Or Oprah Winfrey. So what's actually the real problem here? The real problem here is really about that you have not yet figured out how to manage your multitude correctly, or let's say the most efficiently. You need to start embrace your multitude, and you have to be unapologetic about what you are. You have to embrace it. You have to be confident, okay? And you have to accept this gift because it is nothing than that. It's a real gift. People are creating empires with this. You will not succeed until you realize that this is a gift, that this is a weapon, that you're unique and something special, okay? So let's get into the next question. How do I stop feeling overwhelmed when I have too many ideas? So here's the thing. I get it. You probably have like a million planners. And so do I, okay? I used to have all the planners, all the apps you can think of, spend a lot of money into subscriptions and, whatever. And it was crazy. It got out of hand because I was like, it can't be that there's nothing out there that does not work for me. And you might be in the same position right now. You watch like an overload of YouTube videos on how to manage whatever and how to stay more productive. I get it. It's hard. And though I truly believe that a lot of you are like, yes, I'm so like good in project management. And I do know that a lot of you are good in project management because you have over excessively learned project management, but yet still not have the system in place to feel less overwhelmed, right? That's why the question popped up. That's why you're sitting here watching this video, because you feel scattered, you feel overwhelmed, there's no focus, and you're jumping from one idea to another. So there are always these common things like calendar blocking or Pomodoro technique. And I know you probably have tried it, but it didn't work, right? So what you have to understand is that you are unique and you need unique systems and strategies. That's just a fact. And you have to start reflecting on yourself. Who are you? How do you work? How you don't work? What you prefer or your brain prefers. So for me, for instance, it's Notion. It's my ride or die for a couple of years now, and I can't live without it. But Notion can also get very overwhelming because it's a page kind of system, and you can create 200 pages in one, basically. So you have to be careful with this. But if you have figured out how to use Notion to your advantage, it can change everything. It's a game changer for me. It works, and I absolutely love it. Then I always have a physical planner here on my desk. I always brainstorm first on my physical planner, which is here on my desk, and then later I brain dump the ideas into my Notion and structure everything in order for me to actually take action. So I basically double plan, if you will, because the planning on the physical planner is my brain dumping, it's my planning, but it's also somehow my journaling, because I don't only write to-dos, I also write out my thoughts. So it's kind of like a 3-in-1 kind of thing, and it really works well for me. So, and my kind of like number one tip is I plan things around my energy level. I'm a female, I'm a woman, okay? So I have my period, and I work with this accordingly, like as a team. My brain and my period, we're teaming up. If I know I'm in a certain week of my period, I do not do certain X, Y, and Z tasks, and I don't do any big decisions anymore. And then I have the 1 week that is higher, where I look good, I feel good, and I should make all the decisions and all the very, whatever tasks I need to do, like filming YouTube videos or making big business decisions. This is where I thrive, this is where I have my energy. So that's really up to you to have a deep look inside on when you feel how, and this is how you can track what works when and when not, really. So for me, I noticed it's all about journaling. It's about having a great system with my whole, Notion kind of thing. It's about knowing in which phase I am when it comes to my menstruation. Working with me and not against me is crucial. And then if I don't have energy for some whatever reason, I don't force myself into this anymore. I used to force myself, like, you have to do this. And even though I would then sit here and I would test paralyze, I'll be like, what the heck? Why are you not able to do this? This is not working. Why is it not working? And I would ask myself all these questions and I would beat myself up. This would lead to frustration, overwhelm, and it would lead into more, it's a cycle, and it would lead into more paralysis, overthinking on all these things. So allowance is here really the key. Allow yourself to take a break. Allow yourself to step back. If you have your period, if you don't feel good, it's fine, okay? We keep pushing when we're there, when the energy is back. And that's just something that we have to accept. We have to accept that we work this way. Same way we have to accept that we get our periods and men don't, okay? Same fact. We have to accept. It's just how it is. And you cannot change it. And knowing that you can't change it, for me, it changed everything. By the way, if you want me to share more about my systems and strategies, a link, you can comment below, and I'm very happy to create an entire video about this. So let's get into question number 3. How do I make money when I don't want to niche down? Well, that's could be literally an entire video. In fact, I have actually an entire course about this, Candyland. It's literally how you take all your ideas and bring it into one, niche. So the thing is, you don't have to niche, okay? Don't niche down. Don't even try to niche down. I know we want to be seen as experts, we want the clarity, but you don't have to niche down. How amazing does this sound? I know, because the worst advice for multi-passionates is to pick one thing, to choose one niche. It won't work. And that's why you're a born leader. That's why you are meant to build a business, girl. You have to get out there and build your own empire. Don't try to make someone else rich. You will never succeed. You will never be happy, because that's what you want. You want to be happy. You want to be creatively free. You want to be timely free. You want to be financially free. You can only be free if you're free yourself from making someone else rich and start building your own empire. What you need is a strategy, okay? Again, it's the whole strategy thing. I know it's repeatedly, but this is what you need. You need to combine your multitude, or like embrace your multitude and turn it into one clear messaging. You are allowed to do all these things, okay? You are, but it's about combining them. It's not about choosing one. What you want to do is you have all your passions, okay? They're flowing around. They're giving you all the overwhelm. We want to combine them, right? We create a clear messaging around them, and then we still be seen as experts to the outside. Everyone knows what we're doing, okay? Everyone is clear. We're building a clear brand, because let's be honest, it's not only about the people feeling like you're scattered, it's also to your disadvantage if you're creating content online, if you're having a website, if you're having a YouTube channel, Instagram, whatnot. These algorithms have probably no idea what you're doing, what you're all about. And that's not good, because we want to grow, right? We want to monetize our multitude, regardless if you're seeking for a job or if you actually want to build a business. Because even if you have a job, guess what? You literally have a personal brand right now. The question is, how strong is it? How clear is it? So clear communication on the outside, over delivering from the finest in the inside, okay? And the back end, basically. This is where we shine. This is where we over deliver. So basically, you don't have to niche down. The only thing that you have to do is you have to have a clear communication so that everyone understands what you're doing. That means basically you need a clear way of communicating. Let's get to question number 4. What if I pick the wrong thing and regret it later? Girl, this won't happen, okay? It will not happen. I've never heard someone saying, I've picked the wrong thing and wasted my life. No. The number one thing that people tell you when they're older is, hey, I'm old and I regret not having done this X, Y, and Z, whatever. That's the most thing that people regret. And it's a bummer. I honestly feel regret is the worst thing. One of the worst feelings you can feel. I do not want to regret. And this is kind of like something, like a seed I've planted into my brain for quite some time, which really allows me to be unapologetic, okay, about my multitude, to embrace it, to be confident around this. And that really changed everything for me. Because whenever I have something on my mind, I do need my strategies and systems, but I will do it. I need to do it. I need to try it at least. I'm not shying away of trying different things. I'm the most interesting person in my circle because I have a lot to talk about, because I did a lot of things. Amazon FBA, I did that. Etsy, well, of course I did. Print on demand, yes, of course. Shopify shop, yes. Coaching, consulting, of course. Done for you design, yes, exactly. I did that. From business models to hobbies to whatever, I probably tried almost everything that I wanted to try, and there's still a big list of things I would like to do, and guess what? I will do them, okay? I allow myself to do it. It's a part of my journey. This is the reason why you're watching this video right now. This is a part of me. It's a part of my identity. It's my personal brand. So here's a mindset shift. You do not think and procrastinate by telling yourself you might regret choosing something. You will regret it if you don't, okay? That's a fact. You will regret if you don't try X, Y, and Z. Do not regret. We don't want to regret. Our life is way too short to regret. So at the end, I want you to know you will never regret trying something, but you will regret holding back, okay? So let's get to question number 5. Why do I always start things but never finish them? So this ties back to question number 2, really, and that's really the lack of having a system. You need a system. That's just nothing can work. And listen, you can buy, again, every planner, any app that exists out there. You need to reflect. You have to start reflecting. When do I work? When and how? What works for me and why not? Or whatever. For me, I noticed that there's a cycle. Okay, there's a cycle that repeatedly happens, and I notice it for myself, and I also notice it for my clients. Okay, so it's basically you start, you get excited, you get distracted, and then you start something new. That's just what it happens, and that's literally why you're circling around, and that's why you never really see big time growth. Now, here's what changed everything for me, and that's also something I've realized. When I was young, I used to ride horses, and I had the guidance. It was the wife of my grandpa, and she had horses, and so she was my mentor. She was guiding me. Because of her, I was going to horse farms, and I loved it. I had the passion combined with the guidance. Then we moved away, and I was left alone. I was able to now choose whatever I wanted to do, and I was totally, you guessed it, scattered. And so I tried it all, and nothing really ever sticked. Okay, I was just trying it all, and it was amazing. I mean, again, it's a part of my journey, but I wish at that time there would have been somewhat of a guidance. And so later, when I started building my business, there was the passion, but there was no guidance. Okay, so it's not aligned. You cannot only be passionate, you need the guidance. And later I had guidance, and it worked out, and I immediately made 6,000 euros. So this is really the component of what I suggest when it comes to actually finishing things, finishing whatever you start. You need an internal system and you need an external system. So what do I mean with this? An internal system are, for instance, Notion boards, planners, and whatnot, like boards on the wall, whatever, post-its, regardless. And then you need external systems like a mentor, like a guidance, like accountability. Ideally, you have a mentor and accountability, or a community, like the Admori Society, my membership, for multi-passionates who want to start something and finish something. We do bi-weekly challenges. It's amazing. So that's something I would literally do. I would get guidance. And here's the big bonus question at the very end. Okay, so the big bonus question is, what's the one thing I would do differently if I would have to start over again? If I would start over again, I would literally take the last tip very seriously, which is taking guidance. I would literally find someone who would guide me. I would find accountability. I would find a community of like-minded people. And that's also why I created the Admori Society. I felt very lonely. Okay, like, let me tell you, there was a lot of cry. There was a lot of frustration. There was a lot of starting over and starting things and never finishing them. It was a hustle. It was hard. I was never able to grow my business. I was never able to grow entirely. Like, it was frustrating, and I knew I somehow sometimes in between also gave up on myself. Like, I will never be able to do this. Maybe I should find a job. Maybe I should quit my business and give up on this idea. Maybe I'm just not made to be a business owner. Well, that's wrong. If you're multi-passionate, you are made for building a business. In fact, you are the innovator of tomorrow. You have to build a business because you have so many talents and gifts you need to share with the world. But the problem is, if you're not getting your shit together, how should anyone benefit from your multitude? You have to embrace it. You have to monetize it. You need systems and strategies, and you need to figure out first and foremost who you are and how you can work with your brain instead of against your brain and your multitude. Okay. Now let's look at people who are making it and who are crushing it. There's not even one person who's doing it alone, and yet it looks like they're doing it alone, but they're not. Okay, they are not. If you look into everyone's history who made it, they all had somewhat a mentor. And I mean it. Literally everyone had a mentor. They're not doing it alone, because people are literally spending hundreds of thousands for masterminds, communities of like-minded people, because they understand how important it is to have people around you who follow the same goal, who face the same struggles, who can support you, where you can be you, and who can guide you. So for instance, if we look at, for instance, Beyonce, she's guided by her mother, I think it's Tina Knowles, right? And her partner, Jay-Z, and by a business mentor. Oprah Winfrey, for instance, is getting guided by Maya Angelou, okay? She's not doing it alone. Serena Williams had and has plenty coaches and mentors guiding her through her entire career. So why do you think you can do this alone when everyone who made it obviously had someone guiding them? Like, it sounds tough and rough or whatever, but like, who do you think you are? Okay? Who do you think you are? You can do this alone, especially if you're multi-passionate. And I've heard a couple of past clients telling me things like, my family don't want me to do X, Y, and Z, or, there's always someone within them that is questioning them. How are you supposed to grow when you have so much negativity around you? Alone knowing that someone around you is not supporting 1000% what you're doing is already leading you to fail. There's this saying, and it's literally a fact: show me the 5 people around you that are the closest, and I tell you who you are. Now, you can also twist this around. Those people are also helping you to your success, or they do the opposite. So if you don't yet have a system, a strategy, and a network, or, guidance, mentorship around your whatever you're doing, then it's now time to set this up. Listen, you have everything that you need. You don't need more courses or whatever knowledge that you have to invest to in order to start X, Y, and Z. You don't. Listen to me. I know you have done research, hundreds of hours. I know you. I've studied you for many, many years. You are me, I'm you, and I've worked with so many clients being multi-passionates and wanting to build a successful business. I know what you're doing, okay? Even you watching this video right now, you're doing research. Stop doing research. This is the last video you have to watch about being a multi-passionate. I mean, I'm creating more about this, so basically follow me, okay? But like, it's basically the last one because I want you to understand that you have everything that you need. You are everything that you have to be. You are enough. You're not scattered. You're gifted, and you are able to build the business and life that you desire because you deserve it. You are the person, my love, that should build an empire and make a change in the world. People need your multitude. So embrace it and monetize. And if you're ready to embrace and monetize your multitude, I see you in the Admori Society. Or, the link is below. I have a free workshop which is called Uncaged. And this is where I teach you my passion method. And it will help you to understand how to embrace and monetize your multitude. So see you inside Uncaged or the Admori Society, but definitely in the next video, because this video is a good one, okay? It's all about the truth about being a multi-passionate and why you're not broken. So see you there. Bye.